right, we got black. E4, all right, we're sticking with E4, E5. F4. Okay, King's Gambit. Good opening. Let's take it. All right, knight F3. I'm gonna stick with G5. I've always believed in the G5 lines. And I don't think you really have to know a whole lot here to play this. I think it's really just about knowing the setup and maybe a couple details. All right, D4. I don't think this is actually even all that critical. Just gonna develop the bishop. And we kind of want this, like H6, D6, Knight C6. Yeah, let's play H6 here. Hey, Navajo's Knight. Oh, you play this with H4. H4 is, yeah, I think a pretty sharp line. I mean, I think black should know this, Brayden, if you want to play the line, but I mean, just knowing the setup is already already a good start, I think. Because here, okay, I'm definitely on my own. Like, I'm not sure what to do here. So let's think about it. So on G4, a lot of times the issue is white wants to sack the piece, and that can be really dangerous. Like bishop F4, take, queen takes F3. And we got issues with F7. The nice thing is that white actually has no threat here. So we can play like bishop G4, we can play knight C6. I kind of like bishop G4. Actually, knight C6 is probably good. Let's just develop the knight, and then we might continue with this one. Bachibo, I don't know if you don't really have to learn a ton of openings. You might want to learn like one opening against E4, one opening against D4. Okay, knight C3. White could have also played C3 to strengthen the center. I think that might have been a little bit more challenging. Now we can't go knight E7 yet because this one is hanging. But we can't go bishop G4 and put the kibosh on this one. Now, important to note, like take, white is giving up two pieces, so I don't think that one is going to be working. In the meantime, we just want to take here and make life miserable for white. So maybe he's going to go bishop B5. And we'll think about A6 or knight E7. So bishop B5, knight G7, D5, A6 is probably okay for black anyway. Or we can play bishop B5, A6, take. And again, black should be all right. Well, in this run, I'm playing the King's Indian against D4, which I think is a decent opening, but I would recommend things like the Queen's Gambit Declined. I think is really solid. The Slav, Nimzo Indian. Navajo's White, no, I think King's Gambit is fully playable at this level. Totally. Like, it's not my favorite opening, but I think it's because to play it well, you have to be willing to attack and take a lot of risks. So it works really well for some players, but it's definitely not an opening that's good for everyone. But for some players, I think it's a really dangerous opening, and you can play it for, I think, a very long time. So HG, I'm not sure if this was a good decision for white. Yeah, I don't know why they did this one, because now, like, the H-file is going to be a problem. Like, I'm just going to checkmate. Like, this isn't funny, you know, for white. So yeah, kind of a nervy decision there. So what do we want to do? We could take... If we bring this knight out, this one is going to be hanging. And we can just consider the caveman, queen f6, queen h6. But from there, it's like, where exactly is the checkmate, right? Like, king will go So f2. At some point we're taking here, that's for sure. Yeah, it seems like queen f6 kind of feels like just the right move here. We can also castle queenside whenever we want, get the second rook in the game. Knight can come out to e7 now. Yeah, this one just felt like the most flexible to me. Hey, Tamina, thanks for following. What do I do against Ruy Lopez exchange? I like queen f6 actually. After white castles, like take castles. I think this queen f6 line is pretty good. Okay, knight h2. So now it's like we've got some tactics in the position, because this one is hanging on d4, this one is hanging on g4. I guess simplest solution is to take here and take on d4, but can also consider taking on h2 and going knight takes d4. But I'm not sure exactly what we... Well, stop white from taking g4. Complicated position. Number one thing to do when you're in a complicated position is to spend time. And ironically, that's the main thing people don't do. Just gotta take your time, like try to figure it out. So like this one is really speaking to me, because it feels like white is just gonna be totally dominated. Take, bishop takes, king h1. You can just like develop there, like knight f6, and try to take on. Yeah, it looks great. It looks great. Let's do it. Okay, queen takes. This one I wasn't really expecting. Now we gotta have something on the H file here. So maybe we do this one next. So the only move to kind of watch out for is like C3. That's why it's tempo move. Could throw a knight E5 and then C6. I'm sure black is good here. Bishop e5 is also a thought. Setting up some takes and f3 ideas. Tough one, guys. A lot of good options. It's hard to choose. I'm gonna go with this move because like I just feel like I just like the tempo on the bishop. I feel like I'm playing very intuitively today. And then yeah, I want to just play g4 at some point. Okay, bishop d5. If we go here, can white take? And kind of take this one. Okay, we can throw in c6 as well if we want. I'm not sure if we really need to though. What should I do? Yeah, let's throw this in. Yeah, King's Gambit. Okay, let's just bring this guy out. Because yeah, actually on g4 we're also hanging this one. So we want to be careful. But I just want to get this guy out, maybe have like knight g4 ideas at some point if it works out, or like I'm also hitting the e4 pawn. How do I deal with all the side lines in the kit, like the offbeat lines with bishop e2 and g4? Just one by one, you know? Just take one line that's giving you trouble and try to figure out what to do against it, and like study it, and then move on to the next line. You know? Like I used to have trouble with the fianchetto system. I found it really annoying to play against, but oh yeah, you said it, yeah, I hate it. But then, you know, I kind of like, I found a good line. I found a line I'm happy with. I tried a lot of different variations until I like the one with knight c6 and e5. But there are other lines. That's not the only way to play it. All right, let's take this one. We're just going to be greedy. And we're going to bring this guy in here. It's okay, Bachi boy. It's okay. I mean, it's kind of like chess lingo talk. All right, let's bring this knight to g3. It's basically like an opening variation. Like at the top on chess.com, when you're playing, they always tell you the name of the opening variation. That's what we call the line. So line is short for like main line, side line, main line being like the most common or most popular move in the position. We're definitely just gonna grab this one. No tolerance policy on hanging pieces. No tolerance policy. Sorry guys. Okay, well. I love it. Sometimes players, they just want to finish the game. No problem. All right, let's go for the checkmate. We want to go knight g4, cover the escape squares. Actually, we can do it with checks. It's more instructive to do it with checks. The knight can come to d3. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, GG. New game. Classic lines often means like the old main line, because sometimes, like, you know, they played some chess in 1920 and that was like some main line back then. But nowadays there might be like a different main line. So you have like the classic line and then the main line. All right, we're playing e4, e5. We'll see what white goes for here. Looks like Ruy. Let's play a6. We could also play some Berlin. No problem. Within the Ruy, there are many different variations. There's like the Berlin with knight f6. There's the Steinitz, the third Steinitz. Yeah, I promised you guys a Marshall. We can do a Marshall. We can play a Marshall at this level. Okay, d3. Unfortunately, we're not going to get a Marshall. Yeah, it seems unlikely we were going to get a big main line. So very important when you're playing this as black. As soon as white defends the pawn in any fashion, you got to be careful, because now they're threatening to take on e5. So you got to go b5. Should b3. And we're going to develop the bishop. Whenever I get the chance to develop the bishop to c5, I do like doing this one. Right, modern can refer to the time of like the 1930s and 40s. Because at one point, Tarash and Nimzovich were considered very modern players. They were like 1900s. They were considered the new kids on the block. Okay, castles. Let's play d6. Just a flexible move, you know, covering the center. We'll see how white develops. We might pull this bishop back just to avoid any tempos with like c3, d4. Okay, bishop g5. I was talking to Mitch about this one just earlier today, so I guess I can show you, Mitch, exactly what I was talking about. When you play bishop g5 here, you have to be careful, because if you play too early, black hasn't castled yet, then black can bite back with h6 and g5. Yeah, AK Chen knows. Bishop g5 when white is castled and black isn't is pretty much always bad. I mean, white could give up the bishop, but that's not ideal. The dark squared bishop is a really important piece. Both bishops are. But if they go back, okay, he decides bishop e3. That's probably the best move, actually, all things considered. Just losing the tempo, because on h4, the attack is very dangerous. You go g5, bishop g4, queen d7. I don't know if I castle here with b5 included, but we would consider it. Okay, now we could take this one, although I usually don't like making this exchange because white gets this open f file and then get this like annoying knight h4, knight f5 plan. So I think we're just going to keep the bishop on c5 here. We're just going to play bishop g4. And if white wants to take, then by all means they'll take and we'll get a very nice grip on the d4 square. Because we open up the d file, and if white plays c3 to cover the square, then the d3 pawn is going to be weak. Okay, knight d2. White doesn't want to take on c5, which that's fine. You can think about knight d4 here. That would actually win a bishop, which is cool. But I'm not sure that's what we really want to do here. So yeah, normal move is like we could just castle. And I think that would be perfectly reasonable. Though I'm actually second guessing whether this bishop is really so useful here. Let's go queen e7. Let's stay flexible, see if we can induce white to play h3, because then we'll pull the bishop back and go g5. Okay, c3. Now white is probably thinking about d4 here. Okay, let's castle. I think we kind of delayed it long enough. And we're still kind of hoping that white takes on c5, because then we get this open d file, and that's going to be a problem. Hey, AARNPP, thanks for following. Okay, queen c2. I'm not sure about this move. This is the first one of white's moves that I would really question, because I don't think the queen really wants to be here. I think the queen still wants to kind of contribute to the king side. All right, let's bring the rook to d8. So we're going to be thinking about breaking with d5 here. We might also even think about a plan like knight h5, knight f4. Ooh, c4. I definitely don't like this move. This move just gives up way too many squares, and it blocks the bishop. Yeah, white was playing really well until like last two moves, where I think they just needed to play like d4 here or rook e1, h3. A lot of good moves for white in this position, but yeah. This one I definitely don't like so much. Let's go b4. Let's just keep the bishop closed. Yes, you could go bishop a4, but the bishop doesn't feel particularly useful on this diagonal. And we'll probably just go knight d4 there. a5 I didn't like because I feel like white plays a4 and then we kind of lose the grip on the light square. So we actually, I think, have to be a little bit careful here, because then our light squares get softened up. But not after c4. After c4 we're quite comfortable here. Okay, natural move would be a5 here, but on takes we can just take with the knight, so we can consider other things here as well. Though maybe bishop a4 is going to be kind of a problem. So yeah, let's just play a5. Let's just keep the pawn protected. Okay, knight is hanging. We're gonna want to defend this one. Shoot, I wish I could play knight d8, knight e6 here. Rook a d8 was kind of an unfortunate move. We could go knight d4. The only thing I'm not sure is like on bishop takes d4 what I want to take with. We don't want to take with the pawn. If we take with the bishop, then knight takes. Yeah, it's kind of a weird structure. I'm not sure if I want my pawn to get to d4. So let's play knight b8 actually. Let's try to bring this knight over to the c5 square. Bishop b5. I can kick this one. Yeah, I'm gonna kick this one. This is kind of a weird move, I would say. Yeah, I'm really tempted to play this move and try to get the c5 square. No, I don't want to bring my queen. Okay, I think it's time to take... e3. Is it? Actually, I'm second guessing everything. I think I'm gonna go maybe this one. Now then d4, huh? Wow. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I didn't mean to make this move. Oh boy. He's asking if it was a misclick. Oh man. Oh, he's giving a redo. Oh, that's nice. Wow, look at this. Look at this, guys. This is true sportsmanship. Wow. I should play knight d5 again. No, that would be crazy. Okay, let's play knight d7. That's hilarious. I don't know if it's a viewer. It's this guy, you know, Vinny Pepperoni. He says, no problem, I do those all the time. I wasn't trying to like... So what happens is, when chess.com thinks your piece is selected, I guess I like click the d5 square and then it like moved the knight, which is upsetting because that was not our intention. Okay, d4, good move, man. Vinny is honestly playing good chess here. So we're gonna take, and we actually didn't have to take, to be honest. We could have also backed the bishop up, but I want to take and just get this e5 square for my knight. It's cousin Vinny. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now c6 pawn is hanging. But on 95 f4. Okay, I'm gonna do something a little awkward here. I'm gonna take on d4 here and just start fighting for the dark squares. Let's see, do we want knight c5? No, I think we just want c5 here. Yeah, we're just gonna play for the dark squares. Then on f4, I think I'm gonna bring the knight back this way and try to use the d4 square. So our idea is that, you know, this bishop is kind of like off sides. I mean, white can trade it off, but then of course we're not playing against the two bishops. I'm gonna have to speed it up here. Hey, Bashik. Bashik, I am Rose. Thanks for following. Here we also have a potential idea to go f5, actually get some play on the king side. Can think about this one, but right now my main job is just get my knights into play. Though I do have to be careful. Knight c6, f4, knight g4. Possible actually, f4, knight g4 is annoying for white, so you can definitely play knight c6. Do I want g5? Nah, I don't really see what we're getting here because f4 is a move I want white to make. I want white to play f4. All right, knight b3. Let's bring this guy out. Now we might have a kind of positional threat, a4, b3. Hey, Tapes New. How's it going? Or is it Tapas New? All right, let's push forward. I'm gonna take some space. Very tough game so far, I gotta say. Vinny is hanging there. I think this is the best played game so far, probably. Let's try to get some play on the king side. Thanks for following. Tap S New. So now we have this idea to kind of play f4. I don't think we want to take necessarily because of knight takes e4. We don't want to bring white's knight into the game for them. But we do want to play f4 and kind of shut things down on the dark squares. Okay guys, new prediction. Oh, this will be fun. Get your bets in. Win channel points if you make the correct prediction. Wasn't f5 better before a4, b3? I don't know. Maybe. Alright, ef5. Let's take this one. Now bishop actually has a funny square on c2. I don't know if I really need this one, but it's good to know that this is available. And one day we might even think about winning this c4 pawn. Okay, knight f1. Let's put the rook on e8. This seems active. Just attack the bishop. Q1. I think we're gonna go for the king side here. Gonna have to speed it up. Queen f6 takes, then I have to take with the pawn. Not so pleasant. Alright, let's take. Now I want to put some pressure on the king side. Knight e5, maybe bishop d3. here. It's a little bit precarious, but we have f4 covered, so we're okay. Oh, bishop c5, that's a good move. Oh, I didn't see this one. Okay, I think we have to take. Let's take this one. Gonna have to be really quick here. I'm looking for the checks, maybe rook e8. Oh, we can take that one. Kind of a lucky slip. Oh, we can take this one. Oh no, Vinny collapsed. He had such a good game. Oh, that's too bad. We're playing Ricardo, NCR from Brazil. All right, e4, e5. Rotted Wolf, thanks for following. e4, e5, b3. This is new. Well, let's just develop our pieces. That's how we deal with unorthodox openings. All right, guys, new prediction up. Get your bets in. You can bet your dojo gold on what will happen. All right, let's develop this guy. Then we will bring our bishop out. d6, castles. Keep it simple. All right, knight f3. Could go for the Halloween Gambit, but I don't think this one is really necessary. Actually, bishop c5, we have to watch out for this one. So let's play a6. Kind of like a waiting move. Actually, I don't know. We'll go g6. We can do this, right? Pretty sure we can. If white plays b3, we can put the bishop on g7. Bishop c5, sometimes you do have to watch out for these tricks. Although actually it didn't work there. We have bishop b4. Yeah, actually it's a shame I didn't play bishop c5. We have bishop b4 at the end and then take on c3. Okay, knight g5, going for the fried liver, but it's not going to work. Bishop g7, bishop c4. We're going to castle in time. We see that a lot here. Never bet against the house. Queen f3. I mean, we could castle. We can play h6. This is actually very typical play, I feel like, where white just kind of tries to bring their pieces out, but they don't have a clear target. You know, knight is attacking f7, queen is attacking this. We can go h6 here and just kick the knight. The knight is going to have to go somewhere silly. He can sack, but it's going to be one check, not exactly enough. So we're not worried about this one. We could have also played knight d4 first, too, but then the queen moves, we play h6, and knight can at least come back to f3. Brock wants knight takes f7. It's just the one check, guys. Just the one check. He's calculating. If he didn't want to sacrifice, he would have just played knight h3 already. He's also disconnecting a lot, so that might be the problem. Queen h3 doesn't work here because rook on h8 is protected. Black will just go hg. We should do a bigger bet today. How do you mean? Do people that play against me get a rating refund? Yeah, at the end. I'll ask chess.com to give everyone a refund. Oh, 30-minute time span, and the bet is will I lose? Wow. Sure. You do whatever you think is right, Brayden. You're the dojo bookie. I have faith in you. Okay, knight h3 decided against it. Can you have multiple predictions going at the same time? Let's get this tempo. Ah, darn. Just one prediction at a time. You guys spent 2 minutes and he didn't sack. I know. Well, no one wants to go back, you know? No one wants to go backwards and admit their mistakes. Hey, SoCalQ. How's it going? When will Twitch allow us to start gambling money? I don't know, Seth. I think they gotta pass some laws first. Just played Knight Takes C. I would have played it if it was hanging, but of course I'm not gonna play it here. We're just gonna castle, folks. We're just gonna castle. But my king is looking very safe. Not sure if white is gonna be able to get a lot of checks here. Our idea is to break with the center next, d5, and then maybe we'll try to take on f3 and weaken the knight. f4. Ooh, this is really risky. This is very, very risky for white. Because he's the one that's underdeveloped. He's opening the center. That's no good. It's no good. First instinct is either d6 or d5. Sharper. Of course, d5, he can go fe. And then we'll have to calculate this one. Maybe knight e4 there. Or we can go bishop g4 even, or bishop takes h3. A lot of moves. One line that's kind of interesting is d5 takes bishop g4, e takes f6, takes f takes g7, and white gets maybe 3 pieces for the queen, where it probably doesn't work. We're gonna have knight takes c2 check, and then we win the rook. Probably not enough material. But on d5 takes bishop g4, bishop e2, knight takes c2, knight e2. I mean, of course, should be good for black, regardless. One nice line is we can go d5 takes, bishop takes h3, and then if they go ef6, thinking they want a piece like in between, we can even take with bishop, g takes h3, bishop h4, checkmate. Okay, we have to try this line. We gotta try this now. I mean, of course, this is the very principled move, because we're way ahead in development. We gotta try to just open the center. I mean, I think black has probably a million winning moves after fe5. To be honest, we can do anything there. Knight g4, rook e8, bishop takes h3, bishop g4. It's all good. Knight takes e4 is good. There's no way. I mean, if the position opens up, it's black's pieces that are going to be doing the work. Yeah, Seth, it's weird. I mean, I'm trying to get a sense of how ratings are determined, and some players like play really well and then kind of just like collapse, you know, they just hang something every game. Other players, it seems like they just play terrible, but somehow they find a way to win games. So it's really actually bizarre. Like Vinny, I mean, I'm still thinking about Vinny Pepperoni, guys. Like, I mean, you know, usually when someone plays well, of course, the instinct is that they're just cheating, but his moves didn't, like, if he was cheating, he would have been outplaying me, and he wasn't outplaying me, he was just playing well and like holding on and stuff. And then, okay, once his time got low, he just started blundering. So that's an interesting case. Yeah, I wonder if he would have, if his rating would go up if he played some games with increment or just a longer time control. Alright, I'm really hoping we get this line, guys. F takes e5, bishop takes h3, ef6. I mean, I could take with the queen there, but I think bishop takes f6 is sneakier. That's how Eric Rosen would take gh, and then he would want this checkmate. Did you guys see Eric's latest video, by the way? So funny. The latest trap, latest Rosen trap. Oh my god, hilarious. I watched it like 10 times. Yeah, and that was some of the best sportsmanship I had ever come across, because the guy could have just taken my piece and probably defeated me, and decided not to. Although maybe if he knew he was playing an IM, maybe he wouldn't have been so generous. That was the one with the free knight. No, orange duck, because in the line I was thinking of after fe takes, if white wants to get the extra piece, they have to go g takes h3, and that's what gives us the mate. Panos, I don't really know what that is, so I can't tell you. We can definitely learn from Vinny Pepperoni as a person. That is absolutely true. Hey, Farley boy, how's it going? But you know, guys, it shows something. You know, Vinny Pepperoni, he's like, it shows you when you have good sportsmanship, you follow good habits, you have a growth mindset, and you're not just worried about the results, then you're more likely to improve and get better. At least I think. A good attitude out brings good stuff in. Alright, looks like this guy is just gonna abandon the game. That's it. GG. Very good game.